Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, my name is Ivan Francos Madrano, and me, along with my group one group, our presentation is going to be about open source tools information guide. We're going to basically talk about the open source tools that we've investigated in our information guide in regards to it, and the people that are in my group that worked with me along with this project are Johnny, Ajana, Theo, and Lauren. So right here, this is the glossary section. The glossary section, we're going to go over the following: the introductions as per preview of the open source tools, what each source tool is, how they work, why the tools are used by security professionals and hackers alike, a demo of the tool, why would we recommend this tool to a client, and finally, towards the end, like if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, and also a reference list, so you guys can see the references that we use, the information that we use. In this slide, these are the following open sources that are going to work. As a group, we selected 3 open sources to work on and basically explain the purpose and how they work. The 3 tools that we selected are Network Mapper, Metasploit, and Wireshark, respectively speaking. So for first, we're going to start with an Nmap or Network Mapper, as otherwise better known as. And basically, we're going to go over all the various concepts that basically pertains to a network mapper, like what it is, and why you should use it, and whatnot. So basically, Nmap or Network Mapper is a free and open source utility for network discovery and security auditing. Its primary purpose is to explore networks and perform security audits. Network Nmap provides information for every active IP. It makes sure that your network acts as a whole, and also it scans vulnerabilities to basically simulate the process that a hacker would use to attack your site. Another thing, a very important thing to take into consideration in regards to network mapper is that many systems and network administrators also find it useful for tasks such as network inventory, managing service upgrade schedules, and monitoring host or service uptime. And one of its most important internal functions that it has is basically, besides host scanning, it does a lot of, basically does a lot of scanning, like ping scanning, port scanning, host scanning, OS scanning, scan top ports, and it also disables DNS resolution. So this is what Network Mapper is, and what it does at its most basic consumption, its most basic concept.
Nmap allows users to discover services and devices running on the network by checking which doors or ports are open or closed on each device. Security experts use Nmap to understand a network's strengths and weaknesses by seeing what's accessible and what's not. Hackers use Nmap to spy on targets, finding weak points and planning attacks, but understanding what's available on the network.
How does Network Mapper work? Network Mapper, also known as Nmap, is a device that works on a computer as a security scanner. It scans the computer's network and sends packets throughout the network. Once the packets have been sent out, the response of the packets are taken into account to determine the host on the computer. This service helps to understand the vulnerabilities that could be in the network and determine the different things that can harm a network. Network Mapper is also efficient in showing off multiple networks in real time to show the difference in each network and where there may be issues that are entering the network. This method works to allow people to discover where there are problems entering the network and how to prevent them from coming in. Today I'll be focusing on a demonstration of the powerful networking tool called Nmap. For this demonstration, I used a virtual box. This virtual box is located on OffSec.
It gave me a pre-generated IP of 192.168.52.48. So as you can see here, to begin, I typed the command nmap into the command line, followed by the generated IP. Then you can see as the scan progresses, we found two open ports, port 22 and port 80. Port 22 being SSH or secure shell, which is a secure gateway for remote access. Port 80 is HTTP, which is the main entrance for web traffic, revealing a web server. With port 22 open, we have a secure backdoor into the OffSec website. This means we could potentially access and administer the system securely. For example, it's like having a private entrance for authorized personnel. On the other hand, port 80 being open suggests that there's a web server. Through this, we could explore the web pages hosted on this server and kind of gain some information into what everybody else can see when they go onto the web server. So in summary, our nmap scan of the generated IP revealed that there were two open ports, but it also let us know about potential actions. For example, we could securely administer the system through port 22 and then explore the web content hosted on port 80. These insights are vital for understanding and securing the network effectively.
Nmap is an excellent tool for network admins and similar professionals to use for network discovery and auditing. It has a wide range of capabilities, including port scanning, ping sweeps, OS detection, version detection, vulnerability scanning, pen testing, and then finding live hosts on a network. Clients should consider using Nmap if they need to scan a system or network for vulnerabilities or map their networks out.
So in this section right here, we're going to go over our second security tool, Wireshark, what it is, why you should use it, the functions, how it works, and everything that pertains to Wireshark and its functionality. So basically, Wireshark is a network protocol analyzer or an application that captures packets from a network connection, such as from your computer to your home office or the internet. And it does, and other aspects that it does, like some of its main functions include the following: limited to packet capture, which is it listens to a network connection in real time. While doing so, it allows users to grab set information of the traffic streams of thousands of packets all at once. Filtering, which refers to the fact that by using filters, Wireshark is capable of slicing and separating random data, making sure that users can have access to the data and that they need to see by organizing it. And visualization allows people to be able to see and visualize entire conversation network streams. It also does footprinting and reconnaissance, which is it serves as a precursor to an active attack. Basically, hackers use Wireshark to capture unencrypted traffic in order to gather as much information about the target as possible. So basically, in terms of protecting data, it correlates, or if not, it represents like the CIA aspects of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. But for the hacker's perspective, it enables them to get as much information as possible of their victims, getting access to sensitive info, especially unencrypted data from unencrypted traffic data. So yeah.
How does Wireshark work? Wireshark is a system that takes all of a computer's networks and analyzes them. Wireshark is able to capture the network's traffic and determine all of the different streams and avenues that are being used on the network to determine what could serve as a vulnerability to the computer and its networks. Wireshark can scan all networks and paths on the network and figure out if there are any intruders within the system and where they may be coming from. Wireshark also works as a translator for networks because it is able to take in information from Ethernets, LAN cables, and other sources to gain information and translate them to be able to give feedback to a user to understand his network's traffic.
Wireshark helps security experts find weaknesses in computer systems by looking at how the data moves across the network. Hackers can also use Wireshark for the same exact reason. Hackers can secretly watch and understand network activity, grabbing important data as it travels through the network. In the event of a security incident, Wireshark helps investigators piece together what happened by explaining the order of the network actions.
Moving on from Nmap, let's take a look at Wireshark. Wireshark takes a closer look at the real-time communication happening behind the scenes. Wireshark acts like a digital microscope capturing and displaying the packets flowing to and from our target being the pre-generated IP that was provided by OffSec. As you can see, I also began on the command line and typed in Wireshark, followed by the pre-generated IP. Then, the screenshot you see next to it is Wireshark itself. The things in white are all the packets, and in real time, that'll constantly be changing and just filtering through all the packets going to and from that pre-generated IP. From there, you could click a specific packet and see what's going on with it, as you can see below. Some may ask, why is this valuable? And you can imagine Wireshark as like a surveillance camera capturing every conversation between your system and the wider network. And this real-time insight provides several benefits. Wireshark's kind of like having a digital security guard. So in summary, Wireshark provides real-time visibility into the network, allowing us to understand, troubleshoot, and secure our digital environment effectively.
Wireshark is a great tool for cybersecurity professionals working on networks. Its primary feature is its ability to capture network traffic and save it for offline analysis, which makes it a great tool for troubleshooting network issues, detecting security threats, and using it for compliance purposes. Clients should consider using Wireshark if they need a network protocol analyzer.
So for this section, we're gonna go over Metasploit, what it is. Basically, we're gonna go over the same aspects we went over with for the previous open source tools, and in the sense that we're gonna talk about what it is, its functions, why do hackers use it, why do professionals use it, and why should everyone use it, and any of the other aspects that pertain to the functionality of Metasploit. Essentially, Metasploit is a powerful tool used by network security professionals to do penetration tests, by system administrators to test patch installations, by product vendors to implement regression testing, and by security engineers across industries. Like any other security tool, the Metasploit framework can be used both legally and illegally. Users are responsible for using the tool in a legitimate way. In general, if you don't have a contract with an organization allowing you to test a specific system, don't use Metasploit on it. So essentially, it's a very powerful tool that within the wrong hands, like it can cause a lot of damage, but within the right hands, it can do a lot of good in the sense of protecting people's sensitive info. And it seems like there's a lot of ethics revolve around this particular open source tool.
How does Metasploit work? Metasploit works as a tool by allowing you to test your system and determine whether there are vulnerabilities within your system. Using Metasploit, users are able to determine what is wrong with their device and allow the user to identify where attacks may be coming from or what may be wrong with their device. When using the tool, Metasploit runs a scan on the entire device and tries to find anything wrong within the device and its network to figure out what can be fixed and what is allowing the network to be open to being compromised. Metasploit is very complex because it offers many services within the system. It can allow people to also execute their own attacks on other networks. Metasploit is an application that has to be used correctly and by the right people. Metasploit is also known for being used for evading detection by other networks and their apps.
Metasploit helps security experts test computer systems to find weaknesses before malicious attackers exploit them. It makes testing easier by doing many tasks automatically, so experts can spend more time understanding the results and suggesting how to fix the problems. Hackers use Metasploit because it's like a toolbox for breaking into computer systems. It helps them find weaknesses in software, launch attacks, and take control of computers. They can use it to automate attacks and steal data without needing to be a coding expert.
As we transition from architecture work with Nmap and pattern analysis with Wireshark, let's introduce Metasploit into the mix. While Nmap revealed open doors and Wireshark allowed us to eavesdrop on conversations, Metasploit takes it a step further by demonstrating the potential impact of security vulnerabilities. You can see once again I began on the command line and I typed in MSF console. MSF console launches the Metasploit console, providing me with an interactive shell to work with the Metasploit framework. From here, I typed search type, and then I put my type as exploit, which provided me with all of the exploits on Metasploit, which I believe came up to around 2,556 different exploits. And we also have to remember that each of these exploits are used for something different, and it really depends on the situation you're in for which one you would use.
Metasploit is a great tool for ethical hackers and security professionals to use to identify and exploit vulnerabilities within systems. It has pen testing capabilities for simulating real-world attacks and scanning for vulnerabilities. Clients should utilize Metasploit if they are looking for a versatile tool with pen testing, patch installation testing, regression testing, and vulnerability management capabilities.
Lastly, here's a reference list that we use to basically gather all of our information. Do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns? If not, this is the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.